When I started my spiritual journey, all my experience and understanding was mental. It was all up in my mind. It was all concepts. I would get really deep feelings of connectivity when I would, interact and read things. But the understanding was all mental. And now my experience is deep, profound, inner feeling. It's deep and it's peaceful, and it's rich, and it's connected to deeper energies and deeper parts of myself, not just in this dimension. But I didn't start out that way. It started out with a very mental exercise because I too am a child of this human matrix, and we are taught the thought. Well, let me break it down how I went from thinking to deep inner experience. And it's not like mental understanding about spiritual concepts, about any concepts, isn't important. The mental framework which we approach the world around us, this reality with, creates the experience that we have. So the mind is important, but the mind is not the master. The mind is an excellent servant. The mind is not a good master. It needs to answer to the heart. It needs to answer and be guided by that which is so much deeper within us that I didn't feel at first. That part of the connection was missing for me somehow. That I would meditate, I would study, I would do deeper spiritual work, long meditation retreats, worked with different masters, reading their works, went and met with gurus, traveled a couple of times to India. But even still, after all of that, very much mental, very much in my mind. It's not that I wasn't making progress and that I didn't feel different. But when it started to settle in as deeper feeling in my system, that I started to get away from the concepts, started to release from their hold that they have on me. I remember Mooji saying that all the concepts, all the teachings, all the learnings, they're like a child learning how to walk, like a toddler reaching for the chair or the wall or their mother's skirt as they're trying to climb up and learning how to walk. But once you know how to walk, you don't need that anymore. So a lot of the teachings that are out there are to help you walk, teach you how to walk. But once you have it within you, once you have that connection established from deep within your own heart center, deep within that part of us that is connected to the quantum fields of infinity, once that portal opens up within us and that connection is there, the teachings and the words and the concepts, they're not as important because you've moved beyond it. And it took me a while to move beyond it. And it's not that I'm not still a mental being. I'm talking to you right now with words. So much of my life and experience and what we all do down here in this matrix, in this reality, is based on concepts and based on words and communicating with each other. But my understanding and how I understand my deeper purpose, my deeper connection is purely through feeling now. And through an energetic understanding that's beyond words. But again, it took me a while to get there, and it took practice to get there. And my biggest friend through it all has been meditation, where just through the hours of sitting still and quiet with my eyes closed and observing my mind and listening to it go rah, 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 over and over and over again, repeat concepts, say the same things again and again and again. And notice also the feeling of my mind and noticing the feeling of the concepts. And when I was in a mental, energetic state, to notice the feeling of it and notice how it's different than when I was in a different energetic state. I think in my own experience, and this might be similar for others as well, let me know as the proverbial drop something in the comments if this has been your experience too, is that I lived my whole life in the mental state, never being taught anything else. So I wasn't aware of the feeling that also accompanied it, because that feeling that I felt of being in that mental energy state and processing and using my mental operating system to interact with the world, then the underlying energy that I felt was just this field of normality. I didn't know anything else because that's what I always felt. So it's almost like it disappears. It's like it just goes away because it's just this perpetual background noise. It's like anything that we experience. If it's just omnipresent and it's always there, we don't even notice it. It's hard for us to even say that, you don't know darkness if the sun's out all the time. So it wasn't until I started to experience deep within myself these other energetic states that were beyond words and beyond the mental concepts that I was able to, holy crap, like I can feel the energetics that go along with the mental state that I was in. And I had no idea that that existed. I had no idea that what I was feeling was the accompanying energetic sensations of being in this mental operating system state of mind that I just took to be normal. So now that I have experienced being outside of the mental operating system, it's not that I'm not there. I'm there quite often. I live in this world where you need that operating system in order to survive around here and interact with the world in so many ways. Good luck, doing your taxes with just the energetic, operating system. But using the energetic operating system and the deeper connection that I feel emanating from deep within my being, heart-centered consciousness that is the portal to the quantum field of infinity in all directions of time and space. It's not that I journey there, but I can see that that is the pathway. I might just be right on the beginning of that pathway, but at least I can see it where before I had no idea, despite doing hours and hours of deep spiritual work and going on meditation retreats and all this sort of stuff. That was lost to me. At least I can see now. I can see the path. I can feel the path. I feel the path. I don't understand it. I feel it. And it's a very different operating system that I can feel coming online that is different than the mental operating field. And as I said, meditation and being able to notice the difference. The gift of meditation is just being able to notice, being in different states of mind and being able to feel it and to be able to sit with it and not to get scared off by the discomfort of feelings of being upset or angry or scared or, all these things that bubble up and the waves that come and go as we just journey through our days, our weeks, our months, our years of being alive. There's so much fluctuation in our field. So by not running away from it, by learning the tolerance and the skill of being able to sit in that discomfort, and then you're able to see how I was able to see how my mind worked, how my emotions work, how things and processes within me, I noticed their patterns, I noticed their waves, I noticed them rise and pass away. Where before I was more just like got swept away with an emotion. I got swept away with a thought. I got swept away with feelings and things in my head and grumpy thoughts. Grumble, that's fucking bullshit. People shouldn't be doing. And it's not that that has completely vanished from my world, but I notice it in a different way, and it doesn't take me away. And I spend much, much more time in the deeper fields of beingness within myself, this portal gateway to higher dimensional energies, a portal gateway to just the other higher dimensional aspects of myself, my higher selves, and the understanding that I can get from being there that is outside my mental understanding, which is fine, but it's very limited. And now I can see how limited my mental processes are. And a lot of the time they don't even interest me, that I'm just going to think about something and get some mental understanding, because it's just like, it's so meh compared to the deeper feeling, understanding about being alive, being of consciousness, a fractal of source intelligence that we all are. That feeling and that understanding is a much deeper experience that I enjoy so much more than being in my mental processes. I just enjoy it more. It just feels better. So I hang out there a lot more. And I encourage you to explore some of the same things on your journey, because I can just testify to how much better I feel in just so many different levels, with so much less anxiety, so much less fear, confusion, worry, that accompanies a lot of this human journey that we go through. It's not that it's gone away, but man, has it ever eased and transformed into something else. So good luck on your journey, my friends. Drop me a note in the comments if there's something along these lines you want to share, or hit me up if you have any questions, because I'm easy to contact. All my details are below, various platforms, this and that, where you can get a hold of me. And in the meantime, go easy on yourself. This is a hard challenge that we've all taken on, being a human, especially in the 21st century. So be well, be happy, be peaceful, be free. Lots of love.